Okay, listen. I said that I would not react to this guy again, but he just came out with one of the freaking craziest titles of all time. Okay? Let's look. Wait, wait. The real reason as to why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock just came out. Think about how crazy that is. So we have to watch this one and then we're done for good.
Well, if she is telling the truth, okay.
This guy needs to fix his
Which
audio, you know what I mean? 2 million subscribers and he sounds like he's fucking communicating with me by talking to me through a can connected to a string.
Jada Pinkett Smith said Chris Rock asked her out amid her rumored separation from Will Smith.
Seriously.
He called.
You cannot trust Jada Smith, you know what I mean? You can't trust her. She looks, I mean, I'm not saying this because she's bald, but her facial structure and everything, she looks like, and her outfit in this even, it looks like she was an alien sent amidst from a different planet to bring tyrannical terrain over uh, the Earth.
Called me and basically was like, I'd love to take you out. And I was like, what do you mean? Jada Pinkett Smith is spilling it all in her upcoming memoir, Worthy. Now, from what I understand, she
It's definitely not just a ploy for money, right?
actually thought the slap was fake too. She thought it was staged until he sat down, came and sat back down. Among the surprising revelations was her claim that Chris Rock once asked her out after the rumors that she was getting a divorce from Will Smith. Ain't they boys? Ain't they friends? Now, see, the funny thing is,
Every time I look at Will Smith now, it just looks like he's about to cry. You know what I mean? There's probably some psychological reason for that, but every single time I see him now, he looks like he's gonna cry. You know, when he used
dudes,
to be this like family goer, like a super happy-go-lucky or person, now he just looks serious.
I don't know whether he did it or not, but I
This
know that dudes
demon messed
are
him up.
dirty like that, and dudes stab each other in the back like that all the time. Dude I'm cool with at the gym, he's a trainer. He was just telling me how like a couple of his boys went behind his back and tried to get at his girl, and all this other. I mean, but this is just like life. Like this happens all the time. I was just telling Scarlo about a situation with somebody I'm cool with was trying to get at somebody that I was. I mean, it happens all the time. All types of backstabbing. Jada told
I
People.
love. I'm sorry. I love this guy. I love
I
whatever
think
his name
every
is.
summer, all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. And this particular summer, Chris, he thought that
Like if they all just had a hug from this guy, you know what I mean? They would all be set. You know. I don't know what would happen between them. I mean, they'd probably just all just be like, you know what? We're in such a loving, cuddly person's hands. Let's just all have an orgy. You know.
we were getting a divorce. So he called me and basically was like, "I'd love to take you out." And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Big news. In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you the fastest way
This
to
guy.
become a millionaire.
Jada said he was like, "Well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce?" I was like, "No, Chris. Those are just rumors." He was appalled, and he profusely apologized.
Okay, time out. I have no idea because this couple right here is so strange. You know, these guys. Wait, this these two couples they're so strange. I mean, you hear one thing about them. You know, one day I heard that they were just you first hear that they're in an open relationship. So what? Okay, big deal. And then you hear that they've been split up since 6 years ago, and it's like what? I think they were going for the monetization of being able to have um like a really like the best family, you know. But obviously that there were holes in that narrative.
And that was
Now
that.
they're probably monetizing off of having the worst relationship.
Wow. That is true. Yo! Jada also reflected on what happened with the three of them at the 2022 Oscars when Chris was slapped by Will after making the G.I. Jane joke. Jada, who has alopecia, said she had her own premonition right before the incident on the Oscar stage. It flashed through my mind.
This is like a this is like a thriller movie, you know what I mean? Like when it's cutting back, it's like a Saw movie, you know? It's like cutting back, you know, in time, and there were like little things you missed, you know? So like I'm gonna have to rewatch the Oscars and say, huh, that whole time, you know, Jada was messing with a little thing underneath her, uh, you know, her giant dress, and this played a role into what happened next. You know, it's so convoluted. I don't understand what the heck is going on now.
Chris Rock's face.
But it just sounds all like a fabricated narrative at this point.
Centers that night. In fact, my stomach clenched. She said, Chris has been known to take swipes at me, and from the Oscar stage, no less. That had been in 2016, 6 years earlier, during what became known as hashtag Oscars So White. Jada was among the celebrities who boycotted the 2016 Oscars over its lack of diversity among nominees.
Jada is Saw, by the way, or Jada is John. Is that his name?
There had been predictions that Will would be nominated that year for Concussion.
The cancer victim.
Ultimately, wasn't
No pun intended here.
not. Chris hosted the show in 2016 and joked about the couple's absence on stage. He also later claimed that Jada had tried to get him to quit hosting, to no avail. Jada had said she wished she talked to Chris in 2016 to tell him that even though she decided to boycott the show, she wished him well. But she said eventually they did speak and she thought things between them were fine. He apologized and I apologized to him as well, Jada recalled. So I actually thought that we were good, that the hatchet had been buried between us, and we hadn't talked since then until 2022 came. Jada said that when Will hit Chris, she initially didn't even think it was real. I thought this is a skit. I was like, there's no way that Will would hit him. It wasn't until Will
Yeah, because she has Will Smith under her thumb.
started to walk back to his chair that I realized it wasn't a skit. Jada said when she was alone with Will, she checked to see if he was okay, but she was also unclear on the reason why Will was so upset, as they had been secretly separated in 2016. We had been living separate lives and were there as family, not as husband and wife. But when I hear Will yell wife in the chaos of the moment, an internal shift of, oh, I am his wife, happens instantly. Jada also spoke to
God, that makes me feel bad for Will Smith. Oh man. Oh.
Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
And he approached her and tried to apologize. He said, I didn't mean any harm. I said, I can't talk about this now, Chris. This is some old ish. I thought this was about the 2016 Oscars and this stuff, and they had before I came into this picture in the late 80s. I've got to leave that to Will and Chris to talk about, but they got their stuff for sure. Regarding how she felt about Chris's joke, Jada said it was hurtful, and she rolled her eyes thinking about people I had met who the same condition was far worse than mine. But she also said she gets it coming from a comedian.
Yeah, I mean it's that the joke that Chris Rock made about Jada not having hair, you know, it is crazy that like this is something that if I personally if I was in her situation, you know, even though it's a hardship, even though it's something that is hard to deal with, you know, it's a joke at the Oscars. It's a roast, you know? Like this is just and it got so blown up. All of this could have been nothing, you know. But you got number one. You got the Will Smith, Mr. Simp Soy Boy for Jada Smith, who I feel really bad for. I mean, obviously he could do better, but you know, he loves her, whatever. You have the emotional manipulator that sleeps with her son's children's friends. And then you got Chris Rock, who's just, you know, trying to capitalize off of all of this craziness between them. I mean, he's a hustler.
I mean, that's what comedians usually explain. I just have to say that I am not really here to make any judgment on how people decide to express themselves and express their art. I'll say that several times I have had my feelings hurt for sure. I've had my feelings hurt a lot by Chris, but at the end of the day, too, being in the spotlight, it comes with the territory. Well,
let's see what he has to say about this. That's what I'm curious about.
Here's the thing.
That's why we're here.
You guys know, sometimes you be at a party. Hell, sometimes it's between you and your significant other, and y'all have a big fight. One of y'all flips out, and a lot of times it's not exactly about what they just did. It's about what they've been doing, or something they did in the past that causes a massive blowout. Maybe that's what it was.
This guy's so likable, man. I'm sorry, man.
Maybe that's what it was, and that makes it make even more sense, especially to men. Now, I personally wouldn't have did that. There's a lot of dudes out there that probably been like, let me talk to you, bro. I took him in the broom closet, smacked the shit out of him, and be like, look, privately, don't say nothing about my wife again.
Well, there's no point in this.
I know what you did in the past. I know what you said
You know what? I'll leave you a like just for this, okay? I'll leave you a like. You're a great guy.
in the past about it. This is it.
He's so into it, you know? Like, he is living it right now. Hold on, can I blow? You know, you can just zoom in. You can just see that he's into it.
Alright? We gonna be good. We good now.
He's lived this before.
Everything cool. Like, some dudes that handle it like that. They'll embarrass you in front of you and him. Between you and him, he took you in the side room, whooped you, and came out. Wrestlers do that. They go in the shower, with the locker room, they go in the shower to talk business or to handle it. And what's going to be after that?
I just feel like he's my father. You know? He just gave me a freaking talk.
I personally wouldn't have did it publicly and then got myself.
Your eyes are as radiant as the sun as they peer into
I wouldn't have did that.
the confines of my brain, which is beholden to my soul.
Like I said, in the past, people have talked about everything that Will has been through with her, certain things being public, that was said and done, and entanglements and all that other stuff. So I think it was a combo, personally. I think it was a combo. It was a buffet combo, personally. And the steam popped, and he popped. So
I don't think that makes sense.
Post comments down below. Let me know what you think about the situation. Do you think she's telling the truth? Do you think she's not?
That's a good face to leave off on. Pretty much any face. Watch this. Any face you pause him at, it's a great face to leave off on. He's just...
Those are just rumors.
See. Every face. Every single time. Anyway. Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I guess this video is really just me talking about Will Smith and Jada Smith. You know. But, you know, this was fun, and I love this guy. We all do. He's an amazing guy. Who goes against, you know, YouTube's guidelines and policies with every single video he makes. There's even petitions to get him kicked off of YouTube. But still, he's a great guy, and I don't think he even knows what he's doing. Anyway, you know, I just wanted to pop up on here and record a video. So, you know, I'm new to YouTube. Like and subscribe. PhD Man, out.